to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light. Yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with, I'm guessing, a very, very disappointed Chris Kongo. Chris, obviously, I've said before we push record, how you feeling? Just reiterate what you just said to me.
To be honest, I'm a bit disappointed, man, especially after I've watched the fight, and seen the score, seen what I've sort of scored it myself, how it looks on TV and stuff, and I understand and I get why people saying it's a robbery or it was close or they truly believe I won the fight, so it kind of hurts a bit.
Obviously, when that final bell rung, in a close fight like that, and I know some of your fights have been, other than the McKinson fight, but all the other fights that you've been involved in, you've been the convincing winner. But this fight was obviously very, very close. So when that final bell went, how confident were you were going to get your hand raised?
Yeah, I was confident, I think I've said it previously that when I'm in the corner after every round, I knew I'd won certain rounds by how my coach will approach and want to speak to me, So if I got a bollocking, I knew that round, I lost that round.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If it was just normal tactics and going back to saying what I had to do, then I knew that I had won that round, and I believed that I won the fight.
But obviously, you mentioned there that you watched the fight back. Is there anything, obviously, watching it back and recapping it in your mind, that you could have done more? You could have done anything else in that fight to be more convincing in getting the win?
Probably in the later rounds, not stay too much on the ropes, but obviously as I was on the ropes, I was trying to catch and counter, and yeah, that might have scored some favor towards him, but I was still catching him, regardless. And a lot of people are saying I won the first half of the fight, and he won the second half of the fight. I can't see where he won the whole second half of the fight. I can't see that. I'm sure when it comes on, you'll be able to tell me as well what you saw. But there's no way he won the whole of that second half of the fight.
I mean, it was close. When you look at the judges' scorecard, bar one, who had it by 3 rounds to Echo, there was a draw, and the other judge gave it by 1 round. So, like I said to you, I caught the last few rounds because I was backstage trying to do post-fight interviews, and from what I saw, it was definitely nip and tuck in certain places. You mentioned there, stay on the ropes. So I've just been on, if you go on Instagram today, you can go on Boxer and Sky Sports, and they're saying run it back, I'm guessing that's what you're wanting next, is a rematch with Echo.
100% I want that rematch back. I believe it's a fight that I won, and a lot of people saying it was a close fight, and this is a fight where it's good enough for the rematch, and I know I can put that right, and that's something I want to do.
Obviously, it's quite weird talking to you, Chris, because the last few times I'm like I said, I've been lucky enough to spend a few weeks out in Vegas, and I've spoke to you before in the past, and you've always been lively and bubbly and energetic and smiling. I can see how much this hurts right now to you, because you've not cracked the smile. You're not. It doesn't feel like it's the same Chris Kongo I'm speaking to. So running it back for you, is that you and your team? Have you been on it, your team? Have you been on it sort of like Ben Shalom and Ben Davison to get this fight made as soon as possible?
Yeah, 100%. That's something that we want to do. We don't want to leave it too long. We think it's a fight that can definitely headline my end of the woods. Obviously, I know I can do a few tickets and stuff, but yeah, that's definitely a fight that we can get to talking, and it's now a much bigger fight because that was one of the best fights on the card, I believe. And this will be a bigger fight. You know, everybody wants to see it. If you look at all the comments and everything, 90% of people are saying they want to see it again, and 10% of people are saying that Echo should move on. So it's a large gap in people who want to see it and people who don't want to see it.
What's the price? Obviously, you were both talking. Trash talk's probably too hard a word because there was a little bit of trash talk there, but Echo always said that he has an engine and he comes on and he puts a lot of pressure. What surprised you the most from Echo in that fight?
Nothing, because everything he said he was going to do, he done it. Apart from break me, because I'm still here. All the big shots I took in the fight, I was still standing. You know, he didn't break nothing. And more time, like I said, I started the half of the fight very well. He didn't lay a glove on me, bro. You know what I mean? He probably hit me with a couple good shots. But apart from that, the first half of the fight I'd won, and everybody had said that. So yeah, I believe that we just need to get this one on.
I've got to say, obviously, going into the rematch with letting it go to the judges and having sort of like it taken away from you in your mind because obviously you clearly thought you won. Do you have to go into the rematch if and when it gets made and go in there and really put it on Echo, maybe get a couple of knockdowns, maybe enforcing a stoppage? Is that how you think that you need to approach this rematch?
100%. This fight can't go to any judges and scorecards. And I believe I can do that. And yeah, I don't think I want to let any of these. If the rematch happens, I don't want to. This fight can't. The judges can't see. The judges can't be the ones to tell us their opinion about this fight. It has to be a fight that I have to stop him. You know.
What's the general consensus from your team when you go back to the changing room? What was said in the changing room after the fight?
What was said was they think I won, you know, and it wasn't even just them. On my way to the changing room, a lot of people in the arena was stopping me, telling me they thought I won. People in the hotel telling me that they thought that I won. And the main thing was getting feedback from my coach. And when my coach did go back and watch at home, he believes I won too. So we got to get this on, man.
Well, obviously, like I said to you, you're in very, very somber mood right now. So how do you stay motivated to get back in the gym and obviously keep training hard for whatever's next? If it is the rematch, it's rematch. If not, then how are you going to stay motivated to get back in that gym and train hard?
It's a tough one, you know, especially when you believe you want to fight like that and it doesn't go your way. Well, I've been working so hard for how long now, bro? You know, was supposed to fight in November, December, then January that opportunity come to fight Echo. It was a brilliant opportunity, and yeah, bro, I just been working so hard, and I don't know, man. I don't know if the fight don't happen, I don't know what's gonna happen from here, bro. If I'm honest with you, I don't know what's next. I don't know what I'm gonna do from here, but let's see, man. I just gotta stay strong, hold my faith, and just keep moving forward, and until we get another fight there, or until we find a solution for this.
What I will say though, Chris, is you're not out of place facing these guys. You may have lost these two fights against two great fighters in McKinson and Echo, but you've not looked out of place. So you're saying you don't know where you're going to go. If I can just try and put a little bit, try and put a smile on your face. You've not looked out of place. You belong there. Do you know what I mean? You look at the McKinson scores. There was a couple of judges that had it by a round and a couple of rounds. One had it by 3 or 4, and obviously how close the Echo fight was. So you're not out of place when you're facing these top guys, and you're lucky enough to be in a division which is the welterweight division, the 147-pound division, that's stacked with fighters internationally, domestically, European level. So you know what I mean? There's always going to be big fights for you because you've not looked out of place in any of these fights.
Yeah, I totally understand. And yeah, let's see. You know, we've tried to get some international names, some undefeated guys previously in November and December, and they didn't want to know. So I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully, I can get out soon, and we just go from there, bro.
One final one from me then, Chris, because I do appreciate your time. Obviously, it's getting on. It's 9 p.m. at night, so I do appreciate your time, brother, as always. But do you have a message for Echo if he sees this?
Let's go. Let's get this rematch on. This is a big fight. If you believe you was the clear-cut winner, then you can come and do it again if you believe so. So let's just make this happen, bro. Forget all the talking. Let's just do this.
Chris, this is the first time I've seen you in very somber mood, brother. But listen, chin up, mate. Keep training hard. You're young and you're a great fighter. So listen, chin up, and I appreciate your time as always. And I'll speak to you soon, Chris.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I'm gonna share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light. Yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.